Hello again, friends. I'm Elijah Henderson with the Cryptid Studies Institute, bringing you the next segment of our fictional Tales from the Holler book series. I would like to make a disclaimer, though, that this will be the final Tales from the Holler that we post on this channel. We've received some contention about posting the stories here, since they are fictional stories meant for entertainment and not factual in nature. So this will be the last Tales from the Holler to be uploaded on this channel. However, we offer a compromise. We will be continuing to upload the videos on a different channel, and you can find all of the previously uploaded Tales from the Holler videos there as well, and we are calling that channel Cryptid Studies Plus. From that channel, we will finish the story as a thank you for everyone who has supported us here at Cryptid Studies Institute. All of your support has truly meant a lot to everyone here running this organization. On that channel, we will upload the stories, and we will upload additional videos such as any behind-the-scenes videos to our main projects, videos from out in the field, and most likely some videos very similar to our time-lost tales or strangely enough videos. As far as I know, Tales from the Holler will be the only fictional videos to hit that channel as well, and if it isn't a true story and it's made for entertainment purposes, then you will see a disclaimer from me that the story is completely false and it's made for entertainment. Otherwise, we will do our best both on this channel and on Cryptid Studies Plus to bring you the most factual information that we can. And I want to mention that just because we've opened a secondary channel does not mean that we're going to stop uploading videos onto our main page, Cryptid Studies Institute. In fact, we are currently working on the Beast of Bloody Harlan Nightmare Nugget, which will be followed by the Devil's Crossroads in Clarksdale, Mississippi. And one more update before today's story. I do apologize that it takes so long to upload new Nightmare Nugget videos. With as much writing, detail, research, and time investigating an area as it takes, it's almost impossible for them to reach the channel in a timely manner. But I do want you to know that new ones are on the way, and hopefully we'll be ready in a couple of weeks. Until then, we have a couple of interesting videos that we'll be uploading in the meantime. And friends, with that out of the way, I invite you to go and subscribe to our secondary channel, Cryptid Studies Plus, for additional great cryptid content, and where we will finish out the Tales from the Holler series. And now, we present what is probably our favorite story from Tales from the Holler, Murray Gets Furry. Murray gets furry and starts to grow hair, 'neath the full autumn moon in the cold mountain air. His muscles they bulge, they twist and contort, from the everyday kind to a more wolfy sort. He grows a long snout full of long pointy teeth, and razor-sharp claws on his hands and his feet. Then all of his bones they shift and mutate, when Murray transforms to this lycanthrope state, filled with a lust to ravage and tear. Be it man, woman, child, he mauls without care. But he wasn't always this dark mountain beast, looking to kill and to murder and feast. Young Murray Talbot was once a sweet feller, till that black fateful night when the full moon turned yeller. Poor Murray, his life couldn't be any worse, since the night that he came to be under this curse. It happened one evening down in Razorback Holler, near the old Ferris place with its vileness and squalor. Here lives a witch, the town people say, and if you want to live, then you best stay away. She is the worst that you ever have seen. She once put a hex on Cletus McSween. The old granny witch once summoned the dead on a night when the moon turned an ominous red. She conjured the dead to feast on the living, and feast they sure did like a ghoulish Thanksgiving. Everyone knew to avoid her abode, and stay out of her woods in the land that she trode. But Murray, one night with his dog he called Pappy, was out hunting coons, and boy they were happy. Murray and dog, with his old hunting rifle, stalked through the woods with an urge he'd not stifle. But chasing their prey through the thickets and brambles of these cursed woods was a dangerous gamble. If the witchy old hag in the woods thereabout knew they were here, she would kill them, no doubt. But Murray was bold, and he just didn't care. No demented old harpy could give him a scare. Onward they skulked through a grove of pine trees, till they came to a shack that made their blood freeze. The cabin itself was bedecked with old bones, and he knew that this must be the house of the crone. Old Granny Ferris crept out her front door, her hands wet and slimy, clutching some kind of gore. Murray knew then he had made a mistake, for she staggered toward him with a bone-clicking gait. She said that she knew he was Jed Talbot's boy, and she said that he'd come to harass and annoy. No, ma'am, we're out hunting to shoot us some coons. They like to come out 'neath the full of the moon. Oh, it's killing you like in your bib overalls. Then I curse you with teeth, and I curse you with claws. If it's murder you want in the moon's golden light, then murder you'll have for the rest of your life. I curse you, young Talbot, for the rest of your days, and all that you love you will put in their grave. You want to kill beasts, so a beast you will be. So the curse of the wolf I now place upon thee. Not fully a wolf, and not fully a man, death and destruction will come at thy hand. A hunger for flesh, and for blood, and for hearts, a hunger for guts, and for warm body parts. And your curse you will spread by your poisonous bite, and only by silver can you ever die. That is how Murray became the arch-fiend that gobbles up livers and kidneys and spleens, stalking the land in his bib overalls, with his big fluffy tail and his murderous claws. Big golden eyes and his teeth bloody red, filling the hearts of the bravest with dread. Enos McCrae, you are telling a lie. There is no beast when the moon's in the sky. There is no brute, no monster, no Murray, no half-wolfing man with sharp teeth that is furry, that hungers for flesh when the full moon appears, with crooked dog legs and canine-like ears. Jacob, it's true, my memory's not spotty. I heard it last week from my Aunt Sheila Dotty. She told me that something was lurking about, with brown bushy fur and a long doggy snout. She said there were killings all over this valley. In fact, something ate Elmer Gentry's friend Sally. It pulled off her legs and it ripped out her heart. It tore out her throat and it ate all the parts. And there have been others found, butchered and mangled, with stomachs ripped open and their guts all untangled. When Murray is taken by his lunar affliction, he hungers for blood to slake his addiction. He creeps from his home way up there on the mountain, and the tales of his murders no one is discountin'. Like a shadow of death he descends from the hills, and he rips and roars he'll ravage and kill. No one is safe from his full moon attacks. Many a man has become but a snack. They found Hootie Johnson down by the Duck River. Murray tore out his goozle and gobbled his liver. My mom's brother Ned saw him eating a victim. He hacked and he slashed, he bit and he licked them. The bones were snapping and cracking and popping, and Murray kept feasting, he just wasn't stopping. After Ned saw this old butcher a-killin', he thought to himself, I must stop this great villain. Then off on a mission he would not abort. He went back to the farm for his old tater fork. Then he took silver coins in which he'd invested, then melted them down as the legend suggested. Ned dipped his fork in the silver he melted, and it coated it nicely once it was smelted. Then he sharpened the tines of his old tater fork, and prepared to do battle with the werewolfy sort. So tonight when the silver moon crests in the skies, either my uncle or the wolfman will die. So let's hurry home, 'cause the sun is a-settin'. If we're caught after dark, we'll soon be regrettin', because Murray will find us and gnaw on our bones, if we don't make haste and get to our homes. 2 hours later, the moon filled the sky, and from out of the woods came a howl and a cry. And Ned, he was ready, with his old fork in hand, to put down this beast and to fulfill his plan. He strode like a soldier to fight this invader, armed only with courage and the fork for his taters. The two finally met in a field full of pumpkins. That battle was epic. Man, it was something. Murray attacked him with jaws that were drippin', and razor-sharp claws that were made just for rippin'. The slaverin' beast snapped at Ned's tender throat, but only found purchase on the nape of his coat. Ned quickly sidestepped and turned like a blur, stabbing his fork deep in old Murray's fur. The lycanthrope howled, he thrashed and he squirmed. The wound from the silver was painful, it burned. Then pulling the fork from his fur-covered side, Murray let out a ghastly, blood-curdled cry. Then wobbling unsteady on his crooked dog feet, he ran for the woods in a hasty retreat. Then Murray slunk back to his mountain abode. To live or to die, none of us know. We haven't seen Murray in more than a year, but every full moon we live with the fear that somewhere up yonder on his high mountain perch, his hunger is growing, and for blood he's athirst. So if you come to visit in old Appalachia, and you're out in the woods and hear something comes at you, or you hear a howl sounding faint on the wind, it might just be Murray. It might be your end.